Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today we're drinking cognac.
Wait, what the f***?
All right, so Ben, we have a cognac today.
I see that.
So we are the Bourbon Note, but occasionally we wander outside of our comfort zone.
Okay.
And we're going to try cognac. And supposedly you've not had one of these in a long, long time.
To be perfectly honest, I don't know that I've ever just had... I don't know if I've ever had cognac.
Okay.
I really don't. Because
Sure.
I just got into, whiskeys,
Yeah.
aside from shots and mixed drinks.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so I know nothing about cognac at all.
Okay, so we'll start there.
Yeah, you take the
Now,
wheel here.
I've not had a cognac in a couple years myself.
Okay.
Several years ago, I had a Hardy's, a different varietal of this, and it was awesome. Absolutely loved it. So I saw this and picked it up and thought this would be kind of a cool thing for the channel to do a review of something that's not a bourbon.
Okay. So from what I understand, I do know this, that cognac is a brandy. Much like Scotch is a whiskey or bourbon is a whiskey.
That is correct.
And it's the region. Cognac, the name comes from the region.
Totally true. Yep.
Okay.
So, southwestern France. The rules for cognac are a little bit unique. I mean, it has to be from that region in France. It has to come from one of 6 different white grapes that are in that region. That's where it comes from. And this particular bottle, Legends, 1863, is kind of a commemorative bottle for Hardy's, the brand. And that's when they started, 1863. And it is a blend of those all those grapes, the 6 different types.
Oh, okay.
And it's also a blend of 5 to 12-year-old.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, yep. So this should be really kind of interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've had brandy before.
Okay.
But I've never really just sipped a brandy the way I would sip a whiskey.
And I'm not the world's biggest brandy expert. Brandy kind of has a pretty loose, you can have brandy from peaches.
Okay.
It's just a fermented fruit, I think, is the only standard, and it can be anywhere in the world.
All right, well, let's break this mother open and
All right.
see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah. Maybe we should have gotten a jump start on this before.
Yeah, well, this way the viewers know that this truly is an uncorking.
Yeah, brand new bottle. Throw that away. That's a really cool bottle, too.
It is.
I feel like... Nice. It's got a very...
elegant kind of
I
style.
mean, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's got like these little glass wings on the side of it.
It's a gorgeous bottle. I'm really
Yeah.
impressed with it. All right, so...
What's the proof on this?
This is 80.
80 proof, okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen a cognac that's not. It seems like that's kind of like the standard. Is everything comes 80 proof.
Okay.
It's just bourbons that are unique, and they push the proof point a bit.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's
I can
a little
smell
more
it.
like a finished bourbon than I would have expected. Like, I'm getting almost like, and maybe I'm just so used to drinking bourbon.
Yeah.
But you'd think when you throw something out that I know isn't even a whiskey,
Yeah.
that I'd be expecting it to be so different that I would find that. And it's definitely different, but there have been, and you've brought this up to me, I don't know if within any of the reviews, but we've talked about this, like you've had certain bourbons that you get like a note that reminds you of a cognac.
Yep.
And I'm definitely getting...
So I went to a...
I can see how you would come to that.
Yeah, so I went to a cognac review several years ago, and where I was introduced to Hardy, the brand, and I was actually shocked at some of the cognacs.
Really?
Meaning, if you weren't paying attention, like you'd think it was a whiskey. Not necessarily a bourbon, but definitely like there's a lot of similarity.
Yeah.
Coming from a fruit versus a grain, but on the nose, I get
Definitely getting a grapey note.
a grapey note, and not a lot beyond that though.
No, I mean you get the wood notes for sure.
It
I wonder what kind of a cask it is. If it, do they use Scotch uses like used cherry
I think
cask?
it's used, probably used which I didn't see what they use, but it's probably used in probably sherry or some sort of a wine.
Okay.
I'm getting like really like a Concord grape, like a grape juice or grape jelly kind of note. It's pretty sweet.
I feel like maybe and maybe this is me just, again, my kind of bourbon mindset. Maybe I'm getting kind of that sweetness in that caramel direction a little bit, but I think I might just be, I'm just mistaking that wood sweetness for that. But let's get into the taste here and see what. Cheers! This is going to be interesting.
Good initial burn.
Yeah.
For 80 proof. Mm-hmm. The grape flavor stays there. It's still there on the taste.
It stays there, but it has a spice to it.
Yeah.
Bit of a medicinal quality to it, and that might be the fruitiness.
Could be. Yeah.
Not medicinal in the sense of like an overly medicinal, like an Isle of Scotch or something like that. Nothing like that, but just that kind of in the mouthfeel, a little medicinal.
Yeah.
But yeah, the grape obviously is prominent, but the palate is definitely different than the nose in the sense that it kicks up all those flavors more, and I think those spices come through a lot more on the palate.
A lot more spice than I picked up initially. And
like you said, for an 80 proof, I was a lot more spice than I was expecting for that.
Yep.
Boy, I'm getting like on the nose now, just a hint of like syrup, like pancake syrup.
Maple?
Kind of. It's that sugary, mapley.
Definitely getting like a raspberry note now. Like it's very sweet. It's not syrupy to me, but it's very sweet.
Yeah.
With a really nice burn to it.
It has a really interesting mouthfeel to it.
Yeah.
It almost has a numbing quality to it. That's what I'm getting the medicinal thing from, I think, is that. Yeah, there's some, like I said, the syrup and the caramel, they're not prominent, but it's almost like there's a little something trying to come through there, and I don't know what it is. There's that underlying sweetness aside from the grape, like that candied sweetness. Yep. And I just can't pinpoint it. It's trying to kind of break through all those other notes. But this is really good, actually. I feel like this would be an acquired taste to sit and drink a few of them.
I agree.
Whereas bourbon, sit and drink a few of those in a row and just never want to stop. But
it's obviously very sweet on the initial flavor, but like the finish is really dry. Like there's not a lot of sweetness at the end.
Almost like a dry wine finish,
exactly.
Like a dry red wine finish. Yeah. There's that note in there that I get on some bourbons, like I was saying at the beginning, that's
like the port finish.
Yeah.
Cask.
I'm thinking of that Wellington Creek, and that one's a Pinot Noir finish.
Yeah.
It kind of has, it's almost a grassy wine taste. Like it's a grainy.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, this is the only cognac I've ever had, so I can't compare it to anything or recommend it if you're a cognac person. And I suppose if you're a cognac person watching this video, you're probably sitting there like, no, you got that wrong, you guys are idiots. But hey, it's fun to try something new once in a while.
I agree. We'll expand our horizons a little bit.
Yeah.
I really like it. Hard to compare this, when you drink a cognac every few years, but this is really an interesting. It's like an $80 purchase, so it's not just, insignificant to pick one up, but
right.
It is kind of a neat looking bottle to be on the shelf if you have a collection.
Yeah, the bottle's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, well, this has been, what is this called?
This is called
Hardy's Legend 1863. Cognac on the Bourbon Note.
On the Bourbon Note.
I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Thanks for watching. Cheers.